metal fire ring. Who would have thought that it would cause so much uprising and unrest? I was going through the comments the other day, looking at some of the comments on the overview of the garden, and I could not get over how many people were disappointed that I was putting these metal fire rings in the garden. And they said, oh, it looks so industrial, and oh, it looks like it's going to get hot and burn the roots, and you're going to have the hardest time keeping those watered. And oh my goodness, the list goes on and on. I just felt like I had committed a crime or something. But I wanted to talk about this for a little bit to let you all know that your opinions on this channel do matter. But I'm not about to change what I'm doing for the sake of other people's kind of negativity towards the decisions that I make. I wanted to use these metal rings here to kind of break up the aisle a little bit. And yes, I could have put in raised beds. I could have put in lots of raised beds to plant more stuff. But the bottom line is the fact that I already have 20 raised beds. How many more do you think I need? And furthermore, I wanted to do something a little bit different than I normally do. I wanted to do stuff that was a little more, I don't know. I like to be creative. I like to explore possibilities. I like to use new materials, and I like to be an innovator when I can be. And I think it's kind of fun to turn something that is not traditionally seen as a raised bed into a raised bed to show you all kind of the stuff that's out there. So in case you don't have the money to do raised beds, in case you don't have the space to do raised beds, in case you don't have the resources to do what I do, I want people to know that there are other options. And that's kind of why I went this route as well, is I wanted to show you that yes, it would work. And yes, also on top of it working, it's actually a very nice way to get the same result. So there's a lot of ways to do things. And I think that I think that people were just more upset with the fact that I was choosing something that was, not as rustic and not as, a little more industrial, like they said, which is, I'm not disagreeing with you. But to say that it was a bad decision is frankly just a little bit silly. I think they look great. I love them. And I know personally that they've been the talk of the town as far as people that come over, they say, wow, what is that? They look great. And so I love them. And I personally, I would not have chosen anything else. And it's not going to stop me, to be honest. I'm going to continue being myself. I'm going to continue liking the things that I like. And you can choose to like it or not. But I just wanted to, make this video to talk a little bit about these fire rings and maybe change your opinion on them. The first thing is that the metal does not heat up like you'd think. The metal is actually a galvanized metal. It reflects a lot of the light instead of absorbs it. So once these plants are full grown, they're actually going to shade this, because the only reason why this soil would ever get hot is because the soil is darker and it would absorb more heat. The soil will absorb heat, but the metal itself will not heat up. I can tell you, I'm putting my hand right on here. It's about 83 degrees right now. And this is actually colder than the air temperature. So if anything, this is actually going to protect the plants from overheating. So I wanted to get that out there. And the next thing is watering. People said, well, man, it's such a high raised bed and the roots are going to go down really deep. And how are you going to water this if you don't have drip irrigation? Well, I'm going to water it the way I water everything else. I'm going to use a hose if I have to. But generally with these types of raised beds, the center core here actually has straw in the middle of it. And so what you didn't see is me putting straw down in the very, very bottom. That's going to act as a sponge. It's going to hold on to that water and use and disperse it when the plants need it most during the hot, dry season. So I'm not worried about watering whatsoever. All the other beds are going to be fine as well. So that answers that. And the next thing is cost. People said, you spent $30 on this, but you spent $28 on the other beds. That's wasteful. Well, it's not necessarily wasteful, because of the fact that this is just a taller, more, it's a little more expensive, yes, but not by much. And it grows plants, which is my goal. And And while it's not wood, it's not going to rust. So it's going to last a lot longer, a ton longer than the beds. This can be here indefinitely, whereas the beds I'm expecting to get maybe 7-8 years out of. So, you know, where I will have to replace beds, I will never have to replace these. So it's just all in how you look at things. I personally really do not have a problem with these beds. I think they're awesome, and I might actually get a fifth one so that I can put some more perennials in there. All right, so I wanted to talk about the herbs that I had in here so I can give you kind of an idea for kind of what we're going for. Now, again, it's a combination of perennials and annuals. So we do have stuff like this is a spicy globe basil. This is a beautiful spicy globe basil plant, absolutely doing great. This here is an oregano plant. This is actually this is a perennial here. So then we also have a rosemary plant, and this rosemary plant is beautiful for how you know, how much it's been through. I got this on sale. It was being tortured in the greenhouse. And I said, look, I'll give you 50% off if you just let me take it right now because you're killing it. And they said, sure, why not? It's the end of the season. So so I got that for 50% off, but it's bounced back great and it looks awesome. And it's actually going to be a perennial here as long as I keep it really well mulched. Now the next thing I have here is Russian tarragon. This is a beautiful, beautiful tarragon cluster here. There's 4 plants here, but they're going to grow up really nice. And then I just planted here, this is summer savory. I got this in the greenhouse, also 50% off because they were torturing it. And I just figured it'd be nice to let this kind of grow and kind of hang down and bush out here. So I can get a lot out of this plant despite it being tortured. It's going to do great. It's going to grow, bounce back nicely. But I kind of want to just have something kind of hanging over to kind of, once it grows and bushes out, it's going to kind of add a little more depth and dimension to this bed. And then I also just planted here a purple ruffles basil. Absolutely love the character of this basil. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful basil plant. And it's actually an AAS winner. So it's a beautiful variety, and I'll be saving seeds from it. And then I also have here, this is just a regular English thyme. Beautiful plant here. Some dill. The thyme is perennial, by the way. Summer savory is not. Basil is not. Dill is not. But the dill will self-seed, no doubt. Then over here I have parsley. As everyone knows, parsley in fact is a perennial. It will come back and they're doing great. I have so many plants here. I think I have like 7 or 8 plants in this little spot, but they're going to do great. They're going to bush out nicely. And then over here I have cilantro. This is not a perennial, but I put it here because it's a beautiful plant nonetheless, and it's one that we use a lot of in the summertime, guacamole and tacos and salsa, all that good stuff. So we use that a lot. And then this is sage, and sage we use a lot of in the garden because we cook it with chicken, we'll dry it out, and this is also a perennial, so we're going to get a lot out of this as well. And that's about it for the galvanized fire rings. I just wanted to answer one more question that I get asked all the time is, where did we get them? We got them from our local hardware store. It's about a 20-minute drive, so it's a little bit of a drive, but we ended up getting them there. It's a self-serve lumber place as well, but you can get them anywhere is what I want to say. You can get them at Lowe's, Home Depot, I'm almost positive, and you might pay a little bit more for it, but if you can find them at a hardware store, you're going to find them for probably between $30 and $40 would be my guess. There might be even a little bit more, but they're well worth it. Like I said, they're not going to deteriorate like other stuff will. They're going to last a lifetime. They don't get hot. They serve their purpose, and they look really cool, I think. So hopefully you find them cool. If you don't find them cool, I apologize, but maybe they will grow on you as as the season progresses, because let's put it this way, they're not going anywhere. So sorry about that. But anyways, I love them, and they're definitely here to stay. So I'll talk to you all later. This is Luke from the My Gardener channel, hoping you all are having a great day. Hopefully you all are learning something from these episodes and growing big or going home. I'll catch you all later. See ya. Bye.